So, folks, I'm here with Howie Hawkins, and Howie Hawkins is the front runner for the nomination of the Green Party for presidency of the United States. It's really an honor to speak with you, Howie. I'm glad you took the time to talk to us. I want to, just kind of introduce you to my viewers. You're running for president as a Green Party candidate. You run for governor of New York many times. Before we get into politics, you have quite an interesting life story. I understand you were in the U.S. military. You're a Teamster brother. You went to Dartmouth College. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be a national political figure?
Well, I got started in activism really as a child, going into elementary school. My cousins, who are the children of one of the first Japanese war brats, were stationed in Virginia. They were Army brats. And I had another set of cousins in Virginia. They were white. And the Asian cousins were going to be sent to the colored schools and my white cousins to the white schools. And I'm thinking, that's stupid. It's crazy. It's wrong. And they ended up getting sent to Germany before they got into school in Virginia. But I got to school and they had us diving under our desks, putting our hands over our heads, in case of nuclear weapons. And I'm thinking, man, the adults don't have things under control. And then in '64, Reagan was campaigning against the fair housing law in California. I'm 12 years old now, and they got it repealed by referendum. He was doing that for the Republicans. So I looked at the Democrats. Instead of seating the Mississippi Freedom Democratic delegation, they sat the old segregationist Dixiecrats. So I'm asking at 12 years old, where's my party? And I learned John Lewis, speaking on behalf of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, had asked the same question the year before at the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. So I started to get active. I'm coming up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we had civil rights movement, and the anti-war movement kicked off after Johnson got elected and escalated. And I got involved. And at that time, I became committed to an independent party, committed to what we call participatory democracy, democratic socialism, and ecology, which in the Bay Area was, I think we were on the leading edge of that question. And so I've been involved ever since. I went to the first National Green Party meeting in 1984 and said, we can't build a party out of a presidential campaign. We've seen that tried with Peace and Freedom in '68, People's Party 72 and 76, and the Citizens Party in 1980. We had to organize local groups and build from the bottom up, which we did, in the Green Party. And by the time Ralph Nader was ready to run, we could get him on most of the state ballots, and that put us on the national map. So that's how I got into politics. I mean, I was a construction worker and a Teamster to pay the rent, but I've really been an activist and involved in a lot of movements, anti-nuclear movement, the anti-apartheid movement, labor issues. And so by the time it got to the 2000s, the Greens turned to me and said, run for governor. They ran me 3 times. Each time we got enough votes to get on the ballot. We got 5% in 2014, which Governor Cuomo, who wanted to run up the vote to get ready for run for president, he got less than his father ever got, than he got in 2010 when he was first elected. So we had to look at what we were saying. We were saying ban fracking, $15 minimum wage, paid family leave. And Cuomo, who had never supported those things, turned around and supported them because we couldn't be taken for granted. He had to compete for our votes. So you mentioned Dartmouth College and being in the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps, my draft number came up, I enlisted. We had a GI movement against the war then. And so people like Daniel Ellsberg had come out of the Marine Corps. So I figured there were some interesting people in there. Smedley Butler, way back. David Shoup, who had been a commandant, came out against the Vietnam War. And he was asked to be the Joint Chiefs of Staff under Kennedy, and he said no, because he didn't like what was going on in Vietnam. So I thought maybe the Marine Corps would be an interesting place to be, and it was. In Dartmouth College, got a great education, but I went into construction because we were building solar and wind, what we call green jobs, in a worker co-op when I came out of college. That just appealed to me a lot more than sitting behind a desk writing memos.